Hello everybody and welcome. We are here for week 34 of the Altered Index 2024 challenge. This is the challenge that I am running in my Facebook group, Nonstop Papercrafts, and it's also being hosted in the Junk Journaling for Everyone Facebook group. Thank you to everybody that has been participating so far and using that hashtag. It's great for when people are searching and looking for inspiration on how other people have interpreted the prompts. As always, each week I give away 3 prompts for you to alter an index card if you wish to, like I am, or it could be a tag, it could be in your art journal. It doesn't really matter where. I'm just using altered index cards because I have lots and lots of them. So this week's prompts, the colour is rose. Now this is the second and last time now that rose will be coming out of the selection. Rose could be any colour. Traditionally roses are red if you think of Valentine's, but they could be lots of other colours. They could be white, they could be pink, which is kind of what I'm going to go for today. That's down to your interpretation. I'm not going to be the colour police and moan at you if it's not quite the same colour that I had intended. So rose can be whatever colour you think a rose should be. The next thing is hole reinforcer. So that's the thing that needs to be used, and the word is positive. So I have collected a few different things and prepped a couple of things. So I have printed out my quote using my little PRT label maker, and I've got focus on the positive. So with the idea of focus, I have got a camera stamp. Now this is a stamp from Alina Craft, I believe it's called. And I think she has 2 names, so Alina Cuttle might be the other one as well. But yeah, she has a series of dies and stamps and stencils and things like that. I normally see her on Instagram, but I believe she sells on Amazon, AliExpress, and somewhere else, but I can't think where it is. I tend to go on Amazon shopping for her, but she is slightly more expensive on Amazon than places like AliExpress. But she does absolutely lovely things. So I saw this and I thought, like I said, because my quote is focus on the positive, I thought focusing in a camera. And then again, along with that, I've got some old film strips. So I know this is generally the negative, but that's why I thought we're going to be focusing on the positive. So using that and kind of having a play on words there. Actually recently got these from a D-stash group, so I've got these different hole reinforcers, so I thought these are quite fun and I might be able to use these around the image as well. And then I'm not sure which I'm going to use yet. I'm going to see what looks okay, because obviously once I've coloured in these florals, I don't want this image getting lost on a background. So I've got a few different background pieces. So this one just has some text on. This one has some light florals, but we have got some roses still there. Obviously, again, light florals, but I wasn't sure if this would then be too busy if I've then got this on top. So that's why I thought I'd wait until it's cut out. This one's just blank and stripy. This one obviously is quite bright, so I've got a feeling this will probably be too busy. It is blank on the other side. And then we've got this one, which again is just a pale colour, but blank on the other side. So I thought I would cut this out, well, colour in and cut this out first. Now you may not be able to see it on camera, but there is a faint pencil line around here. What I did, so this is the stamp set. I'm sorry, I'll try not to get the glare from my ring light on here as much as I can. But obviously where you've got the outline of the, is it polymer for stamps? I don't know if these are polymer or whatever material they're made out of, the rubberness of them. So around the edge, that's the bit I kind of traced when it was laying down on my piece of card. So I've just drawn around that just to give me a little bit of an edge when I'm cutting out. So I think I'm just going to colour it first. And I have done a couple of little testers down there. I've got some pro markers. I haven't got many, I've got some. My sister quite often got duplicates. So whenever she had a duplicate, she gave me her spare ones, so that was always very nice of her. So I've got pale pink, I've got a soft peach, and then I've got a couple of different greens. So I've got a forest green and an apple, just because I wanted some lighter colours for this. So I'm just going to do a few with the soft peach, but most of them I think I want to be the pale pink, because obviously that's the more kind of rosy colour that I'm going for. So let's have a think. So if this is going to be a rose colour, so this one, then I will make the peach. Okay, and then I think maybe we'll do this flower. And it just kind of breaks it up a little bit. You can of course use coloured pencil with stamp images. I quite like using inks actually. I think I've done that in a couple of the cards that I've done. But it's been actually a little while since I've used my Pro markers. So let's see, those can be pinks. Okay, then I'm going to move on to, what have we got? Pale pink or rosé pale. Sorry, that was terrible. But yeah, just going to go around, do the same, just colour some in the pink colour. I think some of those are leaves, there's a petal. It's hard to work out, some of these are petals, some of them are leaves. I think they're all petals. The rest are leaves. Okay, so the rest I'm going to go in with the different greens. So this one is apple. Okay, so all the others I'm going to do then in the forest green. This one's a little bit darker. Okay, so that's everything all coloured in. I'm probably going to leave the camera as it is. I don't want to take the focus really off of the flowers. Where I've got the, not soft peach, the rose one, because it is quite light. The nice thing about Pro markers is you can kind of go over it again just to add a bit of depth and darkness. So I'm just going to do that in areas. I mean, I'm by no means a colour expert, but just to make it a little bit darker in some of the areas, especially sort of like around the middle of the roses. Okay, that'll do. Right, so I'm now going to cut around and I'm going to go just inside of my pencil line just to get that shape of the camera. Actually, using these Tim Holtz scissors for this kind of job is really nice. I'm not very good at fussy cutting, but because of the serrated edge that these scissors have, it makes it so easy to kind of turn and go in and out than it does with normal scissors. Not sure if it's because the serration kind of gives it a bit of a grip, Not sure, but I do like it. Because as I've said many times, I am not very good at cutting. I hate fussy cutting. There we go. Right, okay, so we'll pop that back on there. So I think the next thing we need to do really is to choose the background. So which is it not going to get too lost on? So if we kind of imagine that we've got the film behind it, then we obviously need the sentiment, focus on the positive, and a couple of hole reinforcers. Now actually I was worried that this might be too busy, but I don't mind it actually. It's quite nice. So, not a no. I'm thinking this is now going to be too plain. Yeah, I think I like something in the background. So we'll get rid of that one. While I like this, I'm wondering if it's too much white. Okay, I don't mind that one. Right, let's put that on the maybe pile. See, this one I like. Focus on the positive. Yeah, that's probably my favourite so far. And I'm going to go no and no straight away. Right, I think I'm going to go with this one. I mean, I do quite like the vintage style anyway, so I do quite like that one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now I need to think about my hole reinforcers and which ones I'm going to use and how I'm going to use them. So these haven't actually been opened yet. And I'm making a right hash of opening them, aren't I? Right, let's have a look. Now it says you get 160, but I don't know if they're all different. No, they're all the same. That's fine. That makes it much easier then. So we'll just look at the front page. And what have we got? That would look quite nice. So that's got, looks like possibly like a bingo card, but it looks like it's got like a wing on it. Obviously that's a nice rose colour. That looks like another bingo type card, doesn't it? Okay, let's maybe think about how this card's going to go together, because obviously this is going to have to be trimmed down about there. That's going to have this kind of running through. Focus on the positive somewhere. Then where can we put our hole reinforcer? See, these ones match quite nicely with the background, so I'm thinking maybe having a hole reinforcer to the side but on the negative, and then we've got one there that's also the same, so we could have maybe one on each side. Or is that too samey to have it one on each side? I mean, it doesn't have to be like symmetrical, that's the word I was looking for. Right, the first thing I'm going to do then is chop this down. So I'm just going to bring in my mini cutter just because it's easier. Okay, so these are the same width, which always helps. And then I've got this there. That's quite nice on that side as well, actually. Right, so this is going to go, so that's the way up that goes because I can see the numbers on it. That's going to go on there. I think I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use my trimmer because I can't do that with scissors. I'm not sure I'm going to be much better on my trimmer, but we'll give it a go. Okay, something like that. Just needed it a bit sort of narrower, so that's better. I am just going to snip a little bit off the ends. See, I can't cut straight even with these gorgeous scissors. Why does it keep going like that? There we go. That's better. Right. Let's think how we're going to stick this down. Okay, so I'm going to use some double-sided tape for the film, and then I'm going to raise this up slightly with some foam pads. So let's get the double-sided tape on here. Now you might possibly see it through, I don't mind that. Okay, so there we go. You actually can't see the double-sided tape at all, so that's good. Right, then like I said, I'm going to raise this up a little bit with some of these foam dots, just to give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, that'll do. Right, okay, so lining this up roughly in the middle. About there. And that just kind of lifts it up a little bit so it's not flat on the bottom. Then we can have focus on the positive. I like the flower, so I don't want to cover that up at all. And then, yeah, we need the hole reinforcer. So do I want the hole reinforcer down here? Like I said, I've got these writing ones. These are quite nice. Oh, and they're stickers, so that makes it easy. And I'm just going to go over one of those holes there. So that's my hole reinforcer. I actually quite like that. Yeah, awesome. And this is a sticker, so that makes this a bit easy. Okay, focus on the positive. Right, so all of that then needs to get stuck down onto that card. Let's just pack these away before I end up knocking those off my desk. Okay, this is going to get tricky, so I'm just going to snip that top bit. Right, and now for the glue. Oops. Let's try not to throw the card on the floor. Right, excellent, so that's that done. Right, so we've just got to figure out where the tab's going. So bringing in my template then, so number 34 is going in this second spot here. So it's going to have to tuck under there a little bit, isn't it? But that's not a problem. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back. Make sure I line it up with the second spot. And pop that down there. As I said, I'm just going to tuck that underneath that camera a little bit. There we go. So there is my number 34. So let's have a little reminder of the prompts. So positive was the word, focus on the positive. Hole reinforcer, I've got that down in the corner. And rose was the colour. So I've used a rose colour on my roses, plus I also have a rose in the background. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I love the way that it looks. Really love this stamp, and I'm really pleased with how this came together. Remember, when you are posting your makes, to use the hashtag AlteredIndex2024. That way myself and others can come and find your altered index and see how you've interpreted the prompts. I hope you have found these challenges inspiring. I thank you all for watching and supporting my channel. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.